What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, motivator, educator, Lucky Murray here with another edition of CHH Today. And guys, I got some news for you that you may or may not love to hear, but I'm encouraged to share this news. Christon Gray, he is formerly the singer guy from Collegiate Records a few years ago. Collegiate was, I thought, was the label on the rise back in 2012, 2013. They had a really good roster. They had Swoop, they had Christon Gray, they had Dre Murray, and they have Alex Faye. Everybody that left except for Dre Murray, and I don't know if they're still running or even if they're still active. Their last project I think that they did was Dre Murray's, he dropped the mixtape. Was it early this year or late last year? No, it was a year ago. He dropped it, I think, in 2016, I believe. I can't remember the date, but he dropped the video, had a video out, and the CEO, Adam Thomas, or AT, wrote a book. I haven't really followed the book or don't really know what happened to the book, but I think the label is ceased to cease operations. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But Collegiate Records really had a great roster, and they had a collective of their roster artists, and they had a group called Waka. We Live as Kings. I'm probably saying it wrong, but please forgive me. Comment below if you have the right pronunciation. It's We Live as King, or ALAX. So anyway, Christon Gray, before then, he had a mixtape that he dropped, which was Body Art. That's my first time ever hearing about Christon Gray. I believe it's a classic hip hop CHH album, point blank. And I was following his career ever since then. And he dropped School of Roses. And before then, he dropped independently, even with Evil With Us. And that was his debut album. He dropped $1,500 Project, and it did pretty well. And School of Roses charted, it did well, and he made a very interesting decision. He left Collegiate Records to sign with For Your Soul Recording, which is owned and operated by Kurt Franklin and his business partner. And he released the following year a project called the Glory Album, which I thought the Glory Album and I thought the School of Roses album, actually I thought School of Roses was a lot better. I thought the Glory album wasn't, it sounded to me that it was nothing he couldn't have done with Collegiate Records. And with the momentum that they had with Collegiate, I felt like they was going on a upper scale. But earlier this year, Christon Gray asked for his release from his second label. So in 2 years, he left 2 different record labels, and they granted his release. So he's been independent. He dropped, I think, 2 songs, but one of the songs he dropped a couple months ago was No Hesitation, which I felt was a really, really good song. I'm a fan of Christon Gray. I'm not even gonna lie. And the thing that I was trying to figure out what happened to him. He had some personal problems that was going on in his life. He went through a divorce, and he was taking some time to clear his head and get the music right. Fast forward, Christon Gray has hit a Twitter, and it was kind of a vague message, a critic message, if I may say so. He said, I may or may not sign with a label, and I may or may not be working on an album for 2018. So we are going to have a new album from Christon Gray, and we also may have a new record label situation with Christon Gray. Do I think this is a major record label? I think it's more of an independent deal. He's good friends with Jay Gibbons, and I haven't heard anything from Jay Gibbons yet, but Jay Gibbons left Humble Beast, and on the No Hesitation part, was it No Hesitation? Yeah. There's another song that Christon Gray dropped where Jay Gibbons was like, you know, he was going to switch careers and put in resumes, I guess because he hasn't been booked in 3 months. But I think they might be doing a collective as far as a record label. I don't know. I'm interested to see if he is signed to a major, but I would be very skeptical to sign Christon Gray because he has the track record of being on the label. I mean, he was with Collision for forever, since 2012, and he was with them for 4 years, and then asked for his release early 2015, I believe, and he was For Your Soul for about a year. So I don't know if he's stable as an artist yet. I would like to see him put out maybe a independent release and see how that does, and get back in the swing of things, because if your personal life takes a hit, it's gonna take you a while to, basically he has to pretty much start from scratch and really, you know, get people's attention again about Christon Gray. But he's a very, very talented artist out of Ohio, dope singer, songwriter, rapper, just a musician, engineer. So I'm very excited to hear his new project. So comment below, man, let me know what you think. If you like Christon Gray, please hit the comment section. Let me know why you do. If you don't, or if you haven't heard of him, please, let's talk about it. I can educate you on this brother, man. He's a very, very talented brother. So, you know, like I always do, if you like this video, please hit it with a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. If you didn't, keep it $1.50. Hit it with a thumbs down. Let me know why. I'm a big boy. I can take it. So, it's the entertainer, motivator, educator, Lucky Murray Hill, saying, Christon Gray, you need to let a brother know what record label you signed with, and stop all these subliminal tweets that you're trying to drop. But until next time, boy, I'm out.